Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Echo. On the last Let's Play, we finished Jenna's route, where we saved the town from being, like, flooded by the dam release, which, I don't know, it's like, did we save the town now that I think about it? I mean, I'm thinking in most of the routes, everybody's butchering each other. Everybody that's left, because there's like less than 100 people there. And, like, it's probably on fire. Somebody probably got killed by a monster. Right? Oh yeah. Well, maybe, what's his name? Because I think he definitely died in that route. Most likely. He was highly likely to be died in her route. The bear guy. His name's deluding me, but we never meet him in his route. So for this one, out of the last two, we are going with the ram, Carl, and we're gonna do fasty things. Ooh, Quinfuig. Text speed, would it be like all the way here? Maybe. Where's this? Ah. Okay, maybe that's too slow. Or this one. Oh, skip, that's the thing. Okay, we'll just put it back to the thing. Sorry. They have skip and auto and fast forward, which I feel like is like several different, like the same things kind of. So yeah, story is we're coming back to Echo to, you know, do a project and meet with our friends. There's Carl, and there's Jenna, and there's TJ, and then there's Leo, and then there's Flynn. So I'm able to remember their names. And, oh yeah, and sorry for all the flashing. And now it's the next day, where we're going to the festival, and we're gonna lean on Carl. Carl's definitely the better choice. Bigger and probably softer. You'd make a nice pillow. Carl, I'm gonna use you as my bed. Huh? It's kinda gay, brah. Put my head on his shoulder and close my eyes, feeling the soft, puffy sleeves, hoodie, as his bulk under my cheek. Rarely enough, he's pretty damn sturdy. I'd expect him to be like a pillow puff. Damn, Chase, you're that tired? Well, alright then. Well, for reference, I finished Nick's route in the smoke room just now. The bad route. Alright then. I feel some shift, and suddenly, he's putting an arm across my back of the bench, giving me support. The gesture makes it feel a little warm. I can feel TJ's eyes on us, but I ignore him, enjoying the position of intimacy. Yeah, TJ, stop being homophobic. Sounds of clapping stuff. And then we skip forward some more, have a bit of a nightmare. Jenna is absolutely strong. I like ladies. But sorry, Jenna, we aren't going to be filling your box. I'm not sure if we're actually filling anybody's box this time. Or getting our box filled. Also, she's like, hey, you gotta rip off this band-aid because, you know, dating stuff. And then we go to the lake, where Flynn all of a sudden is like, tell the truth. Who killed him? I want to know. And then here's the choice where we pick whether or not we're picking somebody's route. And since we're doing Carl's route, we're doing Carl. I'm tired, and I feel awful. I just don't have it in me to chase everyone down right now. Flynn's back off to Echo, and it looks like Leo went after TJ, but I can't imagine the links when it's all of us crowding around right now. I sigh, rub my face before I sit down in the lawn chair next to Carl. He looks over at me, slowly lowering, then what's definitely a joint from his mouth. Want a hit? What? I don't mind. I make a go-on gesture with my paw. Carl shakes his head, though, pushing the disheveled tube back into his front pocket. You putting a lit doobie in your pocket? Nah, I always kind of feel like a dick when the other guys ain't into it. Want me to leave? He shakes his head with a quick flick of his horns. No, man, I just do it when there's nothing else to do. Ah, there's masturbating. There's a moment of silence, and I feel a little pressure to break out since I'm the one who interrupted his bake session. I actually tried it a few years ago. Carl looks surprised. Hey, I went to college, or going to college. Oh, really? How was it? I shrug. Pretty bad. Was in a muffin, I think. Carl makes a face at that. Edibles. Oh. I thought you know how like some people would be like they smoked weed out of an apple or something like that? I was like, wait, so you lit a muffin on fire to smoke the weed through it? And it's like, ah. Edibles. Yeah, well, I ended up eating one. Didn't feel anything for a while. Next thing I know, I'm face down on the floor and everyone's freaking out. Shit, that sucks. It was kind of funny, but I don't think I'll ever try it again. Carl puts the joint back out of his pocket and holds it up. That's why you should use one of these. It's easier on the brain. Yeah, well, I guess I just don't like the idea of putting smoke in my lungs. Also, I wouldn't think Carl to be the guy that's like, ew, edibles? Man. Carl puts the joint back in his pocket. Yeah, I get that. Again, I feel there's a few seconds of silence, and I try to think of something to say, but Carl beats me to it. Crazy shit, huh? I assume he's talking about what just happened. Yeah, crazy. But you know how he is. He's regretting everything right now. Well, I guess I'd rather just wouldn't say it in the first place. What he said to TJ, man, he picks on him a lot, but that was crossing the line. Carl scratches behind one of his horns, then rubs his nose. Well, yeah, I guess I never understood that either. Making fun of TJ is like making fun of a cloud. But Flynn doesn't mean it, usually. He likes TJ. I've noticed during the trip that Carl's been pretty defensive of Flynn, even though he's the butt of most of the lizard's jokes. I'd seen Flynn trip Carl up, and put him in several headlocks since I got here. You'd think getting older would change that, but I swear, they roughhouse even more than they did before. So, you and him still seem pretty close. Do you guys hang out a lot? Yeah, a bit, mostly, because there isn't much else to do. He's got a friend in Peyton that he hangs out with sometimes too. So, what do you guys do? I know Flynn isn't into video games at all, and Carl probably doesn't care to go clubbing every other night. He shrugs. Sometimes we go fishing. Maybe just drive around Peyton. Mostly, I'm just hanging at home though. Playing video games? Playing video games. Watch TV, cybering with chatbots, the usual. Can you be that direct? Oh no, I grin. That's sad. I wouldn't have cybered with you if you didn't have anyone. I don't know, man. That thing compiles all the fetishes of the people I talk to. It's gotten my sexuality all kinds of fucked up. Was main character not knowing that? Or was the main character being like, yeah, I would have cyber sex with you? Oh yeah? Yeah, seems like no matter what I say to her, she's tied up in some warehouse, blindfolded with a few missing limbs. I mean, tied up, okay. Missing limbs? You underestimate my abilities. What are... Oh, and gender swap that comes out of nowhere halfway through. Well, while you're not sexing up a robot, you doing anything else? He chuckles. I can't exactly get around myself anymore. So I guess your parents decided against getting you a new car? Yeah. Oh, look at this. He leans over and pulls out his phone. I can't help but notice it's a top model brand, probably around 700. But he's not showing me the phone. Instead, he presses the screen a few times, and swipes through some of the pictures. I swear, I can see an image of Flynn with his pants down, moving the camera. Carl swipes over pretty quickly though, and now I'm looking at an image of a brand new sedan. Except the front's nearly folded up around the pole of a stop sign. You'd think the car would just knock over the stop sign. It's a stop sign. Also, Dadd'y and Tribe, I hate that but school buses have stop signs on them. Because when I first saw it, it confused the hell out of me. Because here's the thing. What do you do? And what you're supposed to do with the school bus when the stop signs are at? You stop. And you wait for, children come out and then the thing closes up and then you can move. But what do you do at a stop sign? You roll up to it, stop, check, go. Which point it's like, but heck. I think it would have been better if they made a do not pass sign. But, we don't have all the funding for schools. Military, that's another thing. And for corporate, because a sign, it's usually seen right outside the convenience store, still bent at a ridiculous angle. Also reset face. Guess the town didn't care enough to get it fixed. You have less than 100 people here, I think. The pole itself is almost embedded in the middle of the hood. Holy shit. Colin chuckles and pinches the screen, zooming in. Yeah, dropped my phone when I came back. Up this freaking pole was right in front of me. Really, Carl? Why were you on your phone? I don't know. When I get into town, I don't really think anyone's gonna be on the road. I sigh, then notice a big, round spot on the right side of the windshield, spider-webbed and smashed white. Whoa, is that? Yep. Carl knocks his head for effect. The hollow sound that emits seemed rather appropriate. You rely on that too much, and you really need to start wearing a seatbelt. He shrugs and puts the phone back into his pocket before leaning back up into the chair and closing his eyes. What's the point? Not to die? Happens to everyone, sooner or later. Why not get out early if you can? Don't make me think about that. He keeps his voice light under the heavy statements. I have no idea what to say to that, so I don't. But he breaks the silence again, soon enough. So, how's PU? You see, Kalisa, Chelsea at all? I don't know. Sometimes I forget that Carl went to Pueblo with me. It was only one semester, but we had a lot of fun. It's alright. Haven't seen Chalisa at all, though. It's a big school. Anyway, what's the project thing you're doing? Just a news packet about Echo, really. Kind of about how it's falling apart. Huh. I've told him this much already, but Carl never remembers much. Might set around the whole body of the mind thing that happened a while back. Or body in the mind? Yeah. I mean, this game came out before the smoke room, and I'm assuming that's going to be, the guy that Sam kills in self-defense at the beginning of the game, but it's also like, my dude. I don't know what happens in every route, but at the end of Nick's route, there's more than one body in that mine. Carl opens his eyes and looks at me. So, do you need, like, history stuff? Like, old books and records and stuff? Yeah, if it relates. Carl sits up straighter and grins. Well, why didn't you say so? We got a ton of stuff in the crawl space from way back when. Yeah? What kind of stuff? Carl sits a hoof against one of the rocks, circling the fire pit, and starts rocking his chair back. Well, whenever my family kept over the years, that one guy, Carl snaps his fingers a few times. You know, the guy found this place, James? Yeah, sure, he's like my great-great-great-grandfather, or something. I think we still have some of this stuff from back in the day. My parents were thinking about setting up an Echo Museum thing, but they never did. This might be actually useful to me. All I had planned was to maybe look over some old newspapers and town records, and be done with it. Actually, seeing some old stuff up close could be pretty cool. That might be a good idea, actually. Carl grins. Awesome. I always kind of want to look through that stuff, but the crawl space is damn creepy. You free tonight? For the first time, Carl actually looks excited. Oh, wait, never mind. Flynn's taking me to the dentist appointment early in the morning. How about around 11 tomorrow? I smile. Sounds like a plan. Sweet. Whoa. Carl gives an excited kick of a rock as the chair is tipping back, and the back legs practically snap under his weight. He sent slamming onto his rear, the chair a crumpled mess under his ass. I don't think I've ever seen that picture before. Granted, but they haven't updated the game, but still, like, really? I laugh, of course. And of course I feel bad, but Carl just gets up with a sheepish smile. Ram, looking down at the broken pile. Well, Leo's gonna be pissed. I'm driving down the road alongside the lake. Carl's sitting next to me. He's in the chair that he broke. I keep telling him to wear a seatbelt, but he won't. I turn down the road I don't remember. It goes straight down towards the lake. For some reason, I can't stop. I brace myself for impact, but I hardly feel anything. We just glide into the lake. I start trying to take off the seatbelt, but it's stuck. I look over at Carl, and he smiles before opening the door, his door. Water rushes in, and he starts to step out. Soon, water's over my head, and it doesn't matter that I'm an otter. Carl's like, I'm gonna get out of the car. I don't want to be in here. Tuesday. Whoop. Was it supposed to be that? Like, quick? Okay. Turns out, it was a good idea to hang out with Carl today. After texting back and forth with Leo, I learned that he's actually planning a birthday party for the ram. It's a little weird, since Carl's birthday isn't for another month, but I guess it's just an excuse to have a party. Leo tells me to keep Carl distracted for the day, while he goes shopping for decorations and gifts. He also tells me he'll get my gift for Carl, which is fine for me. TJ's pretty bummed though, considering it throws off his hiking plans, but Jen promises him that they'll at least hike half a trail. I want to talk to him, but he's acting pretty cold towards me, probably because I'm bailing on my promise to go with him. I drive to Carl's house, because it's pretty far separated from the rest of Echo, up against the foothills of the Casa Domino mountain range. It'll probably take me 15 minutes to get up there, but there's no way in hell I'm doing that, in this heat, uphill, when I've got a car. The main reason it's separated like this is because Carl's house is a mansion. Carl's family is loaded, a legacy that followed them ever since Carl's great-whatever struck it rich over 100 years ago, in quartz. And maybe gold. James Hendricks eventually went to start an ice cream business which, at this point, has spread out over most of the western half of the country. Carl's mom is the CEO, I think. Actually, now that I think about it, I should probably get some shots of the mansion considering the whole town's history. Most of the old mansion had been demolished at this point, but I think parts of it were still from the original structure. I don't know, because I know in two routes of the smoke room, the Hendricks' mansion goes on fire. Like, in a spoiler alert, in Murdoch's roots, you know, during the wedding, it's like, that house is on fire. And then in, Nick's root, everything's on fire. Probably best to ask first, though. I walked up to the front door and rang the doorbell, listening to the fancy chime inside. I wait for about a minute, starting to wonder if Carl's asleep or just high off his ass, when I hear some voices behind the house. I definitely recognize the cranky treble of Carl's voice, along with the high tenor of Flynn's. I head around the house, zipping carefully though, through the desert landscaping and walking onto the backyard. 'Cause you want to make out with him? No, because you like to make things weird. I just want to be relaxed. That's when Carl notices me as I round the corner, clutching my camera bag to my side. I love this music. He's leaning over a bush with a giant set of clippers, while Flynn lounges up against the wall, watching him. I need more landscaping stuff to do. I don't know, I feel like I just need to reset myself. Whoa, Chase. Carl's ears perk and he grins. Sorry, Flynn. Got a new boy toy. Carl rose his big head at the lizard. Was supposed to be watching for you. Watching? I don't understand. But anyways, Flynn doesn't look at me right away. Instead, choosing to pull a toothpick he was chewing out of his muzzle to look at it. He's still embarrassed about yesterday. Oh, okay. Good. That's right. Wasn't it hard to hear you guys from the front? Yeah, just doing some yard work, obviously. He rubs behind his head. Promised my parents I'd get this done before they got back. Earl starts snipping in the bush again. He's unusually sharp right now. I'm guessing because he hasn't had anything to smoke. Either way, it's jarring to see him so animated. Well, looks like you're doing a good job. Oh, he's only moving this fast because he wants to hang out with you, Chase. Even though that sentence is technically being sent to me, I feel like Flint is directing it at Carl. Carl furrows his brow. Chase, you can go inside if you want. The back is open. I think that's a good idea because it's clear now that I've walked into an argument. You should have seen him a few minutes ago. It was like he had a girlfriend coming over. Carl sighs loudly, and snips start to get a bit more violent. I think the two of them banged. I'm not 100% sure. I think maybe Flynn also... Did Flynn do it with Leo? I'm just curious. Sorry. Echo... Flynn... Oh, that's what he looked like when he was younger? Huh. He looks very much like a punk. No, I'm just glad to have some company that isn't only you, Flynn. Flynn looks annoyed, and that annoys me. You really didn't have the right to be frustrated with anyone after yesterday. Really? Always seemed as though you were in the past. Flynn makes a kissy face. I have no idea if this is one of their side jokes or not. Carl stops snipping for a second, then starts up again, more slowly. Well, you know, lizards can be fun, but they don't have all the parts that I like, if you know what I mean. Like, balls that are on the outside of their thing? Carl smirks sideways at Flynn. Flynn sneers back. Though I've decided that they're still joking. There's definitely a growing tension between them. Okay, just get a room. What you saying there, Carl? Carl stops snipping and points the clippers to the ground, leaning on it as he turns to face Flynn. What I'm saying is, you've not got ball. Before Flynn can finish his sentence, okay. Flynn turns to the right, away from him. He also brings his fat tail around to slam Carl's crotch with a whap that makes me cringe. Carl jumps, then squeaks, before toppling to the ground. Oh man, my nuts! Yeah, definitely wish I had those. All dangly and vulnerable and shit. Anyway, I'll leave you two slits alone. I'm kind of wondering what would happen if we had balls on the inside of ourselves. Would it not hurt as much? I don't know. Flynn sticks a toothpick back into his muzzle, and after consciously trying not to cover my crotch, Molly walks past me. He hasn't looked at me this whole time. Once Flynn's gone, I sidle up to Carl, who's still curled up on the ground, holding himself while he mutters under his breath. You alright? Fuck no. There's not really anything I can do, so I rub his shoulder with the toe comfortably, and he freezes up as to do, looking at my foot. I'm alright though. It's weird that you're comforting somebody with your toe. He gets himself into a sitting position before he gets up awkwardly, standing bow-legged. I forgot how much Flynn likes to hit people in the nuts. I'll get him back. It'll still hurt him if you hit hard enough. He stands there, doubled over with his paw on his knees. I look around. Carl's house has actual grass in the back, which is rare in Echo. Most people either Sarescape or just let sagebrush take it over. Okay, I'm gonna look what that is. Is that like, was it called AstroTurf? I guess it's like combination of like shrubs of like the desert and like rocks. Looks nice. Another rarity are the two tall trees on either side of the yard. That's why I notice how empty one of them looks. Hey, where did the treehouse go? Carl follows my gaze. Oh yeah, my dad took it down a few years ago. It was falling apart. His dad also built the treehouse. I can remember hanging out up there, playing with our portable game consoles, with a fan at full blast. Even then, it was almost too hot to hang up out there. I walked to the base of the tree and put my hand against the trunk, grinning. Man, remember all the shit we did up there? Carl shuffles up next to me, still bow-legged, and grins too. Yeah, good times. I think about climbing it, but notice that the branch we used as a foothold had been cut off. Your dad ruined this thing. Carl scrapes it at the spot where the branch used to be with a hoof. Yeah, I guess it made the mowing harder, and we didn't use it anymore, so he cut it off. I can see Carl looking for a way up too, as soon as his eyes settle on a branch just above his head. I don't know if Carl was already jumping to grab the branch with both paws. It doesn't look very sturdy. Dude, that's gonna break. So, I'm fucking fat. I'll bounce. Oh. Can I hide this thing right here? I don't think I can. But look at how Chase is looking at his belly. He sees his belly and he's like, oh yeah, Daddy's eating well this week. I'm about to get him. I was gonna like put the thing again, but I guess this is gonna be my thumbnail. What is it, about 28 minutes? I'm about to tell him I'm about to tell him again that the branch is definitely going to break, but then I notice the shirt is riding all the way up over his round belly. It's not like it's like he's a bag of lard though. It's a controlled type of gut, held with the muscles underneath pulling it in as he flexes. He notices me staring right away and kicks out at me playfully. Pervert. My first moves, and now this? I jump back and he tries to follow me with a bigger swing of his legs, and that's when the branch snaps loudly. Carl goes down once again, landing squarely on his back. Oof! Cover my face instinctively, but I still hear the hollow thud, followed by the whoosh of breath going out of his lungs. Slowly I lower my paws to find the chubby ram, rolling back and forth on the ground, eyes as wide as his mouth hangs open. A distant memory comes to mind of when we both were 10, and Carl was showing me a trick with his new bike ramp. The handlebars ended up in his gut when he landed, and he spent the following minute rolling around the ground just like this. Good times. Shit. I suck the air through my teeth and kneel next to him again, patting him uselessly. After a few seconds of hesitation, I reach over and grab the front of his waistband of his shorts and pull up on it. Even though he's completely deflated, it looks He looks at me with a bizarre expression and sweats my paw, giving a few breathless snorts as he tries to laugh. Hey, it's supposed to help you breathe. I've seen the coaches do it at school. I'm realizing that Carl's way too heavy to arch up like that, so I give up and end up petting his stomach, wishing I could help somehow. Just stretch out. His breath is already coming back, but he follows my instruction anyway, and we sit there for a while, the silence punctuated by his heavy breathing. I start laughing. Jesus Christ, Carl. Can you go one day without hurting yourself? He chuckles, too, his belly shaking under my paw. Now you know why I don't go outside. Ugh. He sums back for a while, taking deep breaths before lifting his head again. He looks down in his chest at my paw and grins. Seems like you can't keep your paws off me, though. I move my paw, letting him pull down his shirt as he grunts and sits up. How about let you suffocate? How about I just let you suffocate next time? I almost did, laughing while I couldn't breathe. I thought you were trying to grab my dick. I put my paws on my hips. Is it because I'm gay? Wait, but you said you were bi. That must be it. Carl grabs the branch that had broken off the tree and crunks up the corner of his mouth. Dad's not going to be happy about that. Who cares? It's just a branch. You know my dad. He gets up and tosses the branch over the fence in the desert, then turns back to me. So now that it feels like Lucha fucking Lobo just gave me a quadrabata con grillo, I think I'm done for the day. Want to work on your project now? Honestly, I'd rather hang out here with Carl, but the sun's enough to put a damper on that. And with that scene change, I think we're gonna call it. Carl's house is a labyrinth. Boop. Man, that was a while. It'd be nice to go back to April, when people were alive, or hopefully even before that, and, I still had a job. It do be like that. Well, the end of this Let's Play, so comment, cause I like comments, simply like dislike, tips, otherwise. If you like me, YouTube, and like Secret, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos separate group, please remain here, and we'll still control the pit population. And if you want to play this game, it's free on itch.io, but, if you want to play this game for free, it's on itch.io. They finished this game, but they're also making others, which is on Patreon for $3 a month. Now you know. And until next time, it's been your Amos. And until next time, let's play me, GamerWolfSix of Echo. So thanks and see you.